Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Bear Beer review. As you may be able to tell already, the moneymaker has taken a little hit. I have a nice scab on my nose, bit of a cut on my lip, and also my eyebrow. And unfortunately, I had an accident in my car. My car is called Rufus. He's a lovely little Citroen C2, and I think he has had the last of his journeys on the commute to and from work. So tonight's beer is a extremely strong one. This is my little toast to my car Rufus. This is, you might be able to see it, Mikkeller Black. This is the barrel-aged Imperial Stout, and I have the Tequila and Speyside whiskey barrel version of it right here. Why is it heavy, you may ask? Because this is 18.8% on the good old Richter scale. So what better way to say goodbye to a wonderful car that has protected me from a lot of facial damage, 50 miles an hour into a tree, and I've only come out with a scratch on my nose and a little burn from where the seatbelt was. So let's crack this fella open. 18.8%. I'm going to use my massive brandy snifter for this one, see what we can get. Oops, my computer switched itself back on as well. Ooh, surprise, surprise, we might actually get a head forming on this little one. I wouldn't think we were going to. Yeah, it does pour in a rather nice head actually. That's about a finger. Turn that off while we can. Finger of a very dark kind of chocolatey tan coloured head there, and it is pretty much black. I can see a little bit of light coming through the side, so I'd probably say it's a very, very, very dark red, rather than being completely black, which is ironic because it's Mikkeller Black. The class is an Imperial Barrel Aged Stout, so 18.8%, I mean, Christ. Right, let's get a nose in there and get some smells. Oh, lordy. Wow, I mean, this is an extreme beer. This is one of those ridiculously high ABV beers, and I put it into the kind of extreme category along with, let's say, Tactical Nuclear Penguin, beers like the such. I also have a bottle of Tokyo Star by Brewdog, which is another 18-point-something% Imperial Stout, and the aroma on this is absolutely extreme as well. It is like a wall, an absolute wall of unctuous flavours. There is deep, rich, super rich chocolatey notes. There is roasty, toasty notes. There is pine needles. There is booze in abundance. I can really smell tequila in this as well. I really smell tequila, and there's like a nice peaty note too, which I assume is a Speyside whiskies. Unfortunately, I'm not good with my whiskies. I like peaty whiskey, and I'm not sure if Speyside is or is not a wheaty area for whiskies. Oh, good lord, it smells so wonderful. It smells like an alcoholic dessert, like a Black Forest Gateau with tequila and whiskey on the top of it. Really full-on aroma. Really, it does smell wonderful. The head is kind of now gone, but can you see it does really lace absolutely beautifully. And I'd hesitate to say there's some alcohol legs on there, you know, when you kind of get the little wavy patterns as well, because there's so much booze in this wonderful little fellow. So, cheers Rufus, thank you for being a wonderful car, and cheers everyone else as well. Okay, that was perhaps a bit of a big mouthful. Good lord. You know, when I had Tactical Nuclear Penguin earlier this year, I was expecting the flavour to be absolutely redonkulous. With this fellow, good lord, I probably took a big mouthful then, because it blew my entire palate out. Alright, so there is a stupendously rich and sweet body to this. I'm getting a lot of chocolate and a little bit of roast, but mainly kind of sweet chocolatey notes. I also get a little bit of like marmitey, yeasty marmitey flavours too. A kind of umami, sour but sweet flavour. And then pine needles, like really dense, resinous, oily, thick body. And the mouthful is like drinking oil too. There's a nice little level of carbonation. It just kind of fizzles on the tongue a bit. And overall, it's a wonderful experience, except that the aftertaste on this is just barbaric. It is like an axe-wielding maniac. It's scraping my tongue. It is so unbelievably bitter. It's remarkable. Good God, only knows what's making it so bitter. I'm definitely getting a tequila-esque taste on the back of it too, and I'm getting the peaty flavour perhaps mixing in with the malts a little bit. But the aftertaste is kind of the harshness of a very, very strong spirit, and then a really, really strong bitter, almost like it's green, almost like it's under conditioned. And I guess it's hard with a beer as potent as this to kind of age. I mean, you'd have to age this thing for a good couple of years, and I'm assuming they age this for 6, 12 months, maybe even 18 months in barrels, but it's still got this really, really harsh green bitterness, like an overwhelming, not well rounded, it is just attacking the area of my tongue. Well, actually, more down the sides. It's just attacking it, it's so vicious and full on. It just lacks a bit of smoothness. And normally I'd probably say, yeah, if I aged this for a bit longer, it might sort itself out, but you'd have to age this for years and years for that level of hotness to go away. You know I like my beers bitter, you know I like it. But this, even with the ridiculously sweet final gravity, I'm assuming this is, it's got a lot of residual sugar still left in it before the yeast comes out. It's still just unbalanced. Still just tastes unbalanced. There's the fair level of booze as well. You have to expect a fair level of booze at 18.8%. But it's just enough that it warms the tongue and just warms the belly and isn't too absolutely ridiculously OTT. So I'm loving the flavours. I'm getting a bit of coffiness as well, actually. It's almost like granulated coffee bitterness. I'm getting the flavours and I'm enjoying the flavours. I think 18.8, the level of flavour just amplifies so much more when you get into the higher ABVs. You go from having a nice, pleasant, easy sipping drink, I guess, to a full-on flavour force where you can have, well, probably won't finish this entire bottle, but you could just have the one bottle and be very content and happy, and you're enjoying the flavours more than you're enjoying the kind of quantities of, there's very delicate flavours when you're drinking low percentage ones that you can have a few of, or you can just enjoy them and nothing's too in your face. Well, with these beers, it's all in your face. And you take that, and I take that and I understand that. I just don't think this one is as balanced as I'd like. Nunya Ooze Dark Horizon, for example, much more balanced. Really enjoyed that one quite a lot. Mikkeller Black, unbalanced. Far. There's this ridiculous level of bitterness that's just blowing everything out. As such, I still like the concept, I still like the flavours. I wouldn't, I'd hope if I aged this for a good couple of years it would have come out so smooth and delicious. So I'm probably going to give this, and this is my first low review for a Mikkeller beer, probably going to give this a 7 out of 10. I see where you're going, I see what they want to do, just not there yet. Extreme level of tongue-breaking attack is just not for me. I still have the Brewdog Tokyo Start to go to, so there's another 18%er. The Nunya U was 16 something, so it's not as strong, but the Tokyo Star is probably a good comparison, and we'll see the flavours of that and see what's happening with that, I guess, when we get to there. So Mikkeller Black, perfect way to toast off the demise of the car and the injuries to my face and to my body as well. But a 7 out of 10. I just think something's just not right with this one for me. So until the next Baby review, please comment, favourite, like, subscribe, all the usual jazz. Tell me what you think if you have this one in particular. I know there are several variations of it. And until the next Baby review, cheers.